So it's a new chapter here for Gala Games, and they're making history as they move to their V2 contract. In this video, we're going to talk about how we're completely, done with the airdrops. Everybody has gotten their V2 tokens. We're also going to talk about the future of Gala Games, why I'm so bullish on it, just how much we could rise just to get back to all-time highs, and talk a little bit about their CEO and his experience as it relates to the future of blockchain gaming and Web3 gaming, and really the gaming sector in general. And we'll talk about the current price action amid all of the craziness going on right now with the SEC filing lawsuits against Coinbase and Binance and going after different cryptos. It's, quite scary right now. But I will say this, don't let it make you so fearful and so out of sorts where you make bad decisions, right? I mentioned this, I think, in a couple tweets earlier, and then we're going to dive right into this Gala news, but I think this is really important, just as a macro thing. Always take a step back, right? Never have like a gut reaction just to one tweet or one piece of news. A lawsuit is not a death sentence. It just is what it is. Look what's happening with XRP, right? These things can go on for 2 to 3 years. A lot of times it's fear. It's to create fear. And so if you let it get to you, you can make some, irrational decisions. I would also say this, there are a lot of question marks in terms of what's going to be labeled a security, what's going to be labeled a commodity. The United States is way behind. They got to figure it out, right? It's frustrating. They're way behind. Other countries are gaining steam. They're utilizing the technology while the U.S. continues to kind of drag this thing on, and we'll see where it goes, right? But I say all that to say there's 2 cryptos right now that make up 60% of everything. It's Bitcoin and Ethereum. I've been dollar cost averaging now for 13 months into both of those. There's a reason for that. It's because those are backbones in your portfolio. You don't go all in on any of these altcoins, right? You don't go all in on SHIB. You don't go all in on Gala. They're huge money makers when they hit, right? But they're also more risky than Bitcoin. Here's what we do know. The SEC and the CFTC, the 2 governing bodies who are probably going to have the most to say and the most influence on where crypto goes here in the next 3 to 5 years, they love Bitcoin. They look at it as a commodity already. Now, when it comes to Ethereum, the CFTC likes it already. SEC may be slowly coming around to it. That's why those 2 investments are very different than anything else, right? So with all that being said, I love Gala Games because I love the future of blockchain gaming and the future of gaming in general. And I think Gala, regardless of what happens in the United States, they'll go overseas. And a lot of these companies will. If they have to, they'll leave the U.S., they'll go get an LLC somewhere else, and they'll prosper. And I hope that doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't because the U.S. will be losing out on a huge, huge next stepping stone in the evolution of technology. One thing the United States has always done, they've been in front of new technology. Look at the greatest companies that were in the internet era that are still here today. Where did they all start? They all started in the United States, right? And right now they're losing ground on the blockchain space because they can't figure out what they want to do in terms of regulating this space. But all of that, put it aside, and let's dive into Gala a little bit because the historic Gala contract upgrade is now complete. We're ready to rock the world of gaming. This is what it says coming out from their official blog just 20 hours ago. Here's what we do know about Gala, right? They burst on the scene, very speculative. The entire gaming space is, very speculative. But what we've seen happen since they set their all-time high back in November 2021 and now is a lot, right? A lot of these games that were, in beta testing are now complete, ready to roll. They've got about 15 games on the PC side. Then, earlier this year, they acquired Ember Entertainment, huge mobile game studio, right? So they're getting into mobile gaming, which I think is a huge, huge deal. Mobile gaming brings in more money than any other sector in gaming. It has the most users. It has the most upside potential, right? In every way, shape, or form you look at it, okay? People are addicted to these phones, right? We all are. And people are playing games on there more than anywhere else. Okay. So with that being said, we look at Gala and the contract upgrade, and they're ready to empower and uplift the gamers of the world like never before, it says. So everybody got their V2 airdrops. We've had multiple audits through CertiK, and that's great to see. In the spirit of transparency, it says we have shared these results with the public in this blog. So that's great to see as well. And again, everything went pretty smoothly, and Gala's available on many popular exchanges still. Some did not support the upgrade. One was Coinbase, but it's still on here on some major exchanges like Kraken, Crypto.com, Binance, and what have you. Now, here's what we're looking for in the future of Gala Games, right? We're sitting here at just under 3 cents right now, and we take a look at the all-time high, as I previously mentioned here. Previous all-time high back in November, late November 2021, we set it here at about 84 cents. That means we're about 25 to 28x just to get back to all-time highs. This is why I love it, because it offers tremendous upside. And if you think gaming's going to get bigger, and you think gaming in particular with Gala is going to get bigger, now that they have a mobile studio, now that they have more games, it's becoming less speculative and more real, you would think we're going to get past the previous all-time high. We could be looking at a 30 to 35x from current price levels today, right? Current price levels today just into the next bull cycle. And that's a pretty conservative number. There aren't too many cryptos, altcoins in the top 100, top 200 that you could say that are 30x away from their previous all-time high. Gala has been sold off immensely from its all-time high, but it presents a huge opportunity, right? Obviously. So that's why I love Gala. Also, I've said this before, I'll say this again. When I look at altcoins, when I look at companies to invest in, I want to look at their leadership. Do they have the people who I can put my trust in? Do they have a track record? Have they had success before? Eric Schiermeier has done tremendous things in the gaming space, right? You go look at his history, what they built with Zynga Games. Some of the games, Mafia Wars, Poker, Farmville, some of the most popular games on the internet ever were created by this guy and his team. Now they're taking it into Web3 and blockchain. And the thing that I love about Gala, one last thing here, they're coming out with so many games. They're not relying on one game. There's a lot of companies out there that are going to do well developing one game. But let's just call it what it is. You're putting all your eggs in that one basket. If that one game doesn't work, if the people don't like it, what do? Well, you have to go back to the drawing board because you only have one game. It didn't work. Gala has 15 games on PC, and I don't know how many games they're going to have on mobile. All they need is a couple Farmvilles to hit. All they need is a couple Mafia Wars to hit. 1 or 2 or 3. And this company's going to be a success. That's why I like it. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep tabs on it for you guys. Of course, none of this is financial advice. I'm just a talking head on YouTube, giving you my opinions and my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you.